All right, today I want to show you what happens just about every time I think I have a super cool DIY project. Super easy, like super simple project. I think maybe I'll just do it myself. Tom catches wind of it and he's like, what are you doing? And then he proceeds to tell me why it's not simple, quick, or easy. Is that what happens a lot of the time?
So I usually have very logical and good
Reasons why.
Hesitations on your ideas.
Right. And honestly, let's face it, like most of us have tried projects in the past and they claim to be like super easy and everything, and then you get into it and you're like, well, this didn't turn out at all like what I was thinking. So here's what happened. I bought a bunch of flowers this year because it's just been that type of year, and so the money I'm not spending on clothes now because I'm wearing all black, I decided I was gonna spend on flowers. I have these pots here, and I want to put two of them in front of the garage, but they need to like sit up a little bit, otherwise they kind of get lost. So I saw this idea, I think they called it a stool, like a 5-gallon bucket stool or something like that, but it's really simple. You just mix up some concrete in the bottom of a bucket, you stick the legs in, voila. And so I wanted to try and make those.
Voila. Okay, so I would think that back when these get popped out of the, no matter how they turn out, we need the voila to get rid of.
All right. So Tom has actually been doing like a ton of concrete work lately with our shed and stuff, so I did kind of want him to help me. So I'm going to show you all the supplies that we need, how it's supposed to work, and then we'll see if we can get this to be a like voila, like simple 5-minute project. Okay, so let's look at what we need for it. Okay, so we have our concrete. See, in the like blog posts and videos, they always have like their supplies laid out super nice and everything, and we're like,
bag split open.
What did that happen when you dropped it, or what happened?
I didn't drop it. I think it happened, I restacked it from the truck to a pallet, and I think when I put it on the pallet it broke, so then it...
Okay. And how much was the bag of cement?
Oh, like $2.50, I think is what they are.
And I know like when you go to the store, there's like actually a lot of different kinds.
Maybe $4.
To choose from. Is this just like a real basic?
This is all-purpose, all-star concrete mix. It's the cheapest concrete, it's the cheapest bag of concrete you can buy.
It'll give us the voila.
It absolutely
effect.
is the voila of concrete.
All right, and then you need buckets. So these aren't actual 5-gallon, they're like 3-gallon or something. They were a couple dollars each. Then you need your dowels. So these, I've cut some of them down already, but these are 6-foot, 1 1/4 inch poplar dowels. These were expensive, but it might be because all lumber is expensive. They were $8 a piece. Tom was like, you're not paying that for these.
No, it's because you got poplar. Poplars, if you got pine, they would have been cheaper.
They didn't have pine.
They did have pine. You didn't.
Well, why don't you show me? You know I always want the cheapest option.
You didn't come down the aisle where I was.
We might have had an incident in the store. Anyways.
Yeah, we may have been escorted out.
I wasn't quite sure what length I wanted, so I cut these down to 16 inches, and I think we're going to give that a try. And then when it's done, you can like stain and paint the legs, so we'll worry about that later. Okay.
So the idea is you mix up concrete in here.
Yep.
Like 6 inches of concrete.
Yep. No, not 6 inches, like 3 inches or less.
I know, but then here's the thing that...
So this is where Tom gets critical.
Right, so this is, you're going to need to position them evenly.
I think we should use some like painter's tape, do you think, to hold them in the right, or is it thick enough that they won't move?
They're not gonna move.
Oh, okay, good. So we don't need to worry about that. And you don't want them like stuck so much in the cement that they like, you see them.
You don't want to see them on the top side.
Yeah.
Right.
So the other thing is, on one tutorial that I watched, the gentleman just mixed the cement in the bucket, stuck his legs in, and that was it. Voila. On another one, a blog post I read, she mixed the concrete in a separate thing and then like put cooking oil on the inside. You're not worried about it releasing from the plastic?
No. We're gonna mix it straight into the bucket, stick the legs in. If it doesn't turn out, I mean, this is not a bad look for a stand.
So that's our backup plan.
Backup plan.
Voila.
Voila.
All right, so the first step we need to, this is why we don't do like a DIY show or anything like that.
Because it would be awesome.
Because we'd fight the whole time and our projects wouldn't turn out.
We are having a good time right now.
It's going well. Okay, let's get going mixing, and then you can share some of your other master tips when it comes to using Saccrete. All right, so we have some water in the bucket, and Tom's gonna add some concrete now. See, they don't make it look so like dusty and messy in the video.
Dude, it's concrete.
I know. So you had said before you just want to make sure there's like no dry spots of.
Yeah.
Kind of like when you're making brownie batter, like.
Yep. No, you don't want to have little pockets of air in your cake when you're done. Just
yes.
the same thing.
And he actually like tapped the outside when he was done to make sure too. I don't know.
Well, good for him.
I thought you were gonna say that. Well, it's kind of pebbly, but the underside, like what will be the top, will look nice and smooth, right?
Sure.
So you can kind of see. Okay, yeah. All right, we're just gonna do a quick measurement. Oh, Tom, that's like perfect.
Okay.
Good job, thank you.
So grateful.
See, I knew you'd be good at this.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're sticking the legs in.
I'm wondering what is holding these from moving while it's.
Well,
we
that's
have children. Watch later. We'll see the boys walking around with these.
that's the sticks. We found these sticks. So those legs we did at 16 inches, but I think it might be a little bit tall. So I think I want to do the other two. That one I think I'll put on the deck then and do 2 more at 12 inches and see if that'll maybe look like better scale for in front of the garage. So
I think that's tall.
I do think it's kind of tall.
We got cinder blocks. Why don't I just throw a cinder block on the ground?
Yep. All right, so no pressure, but the last one was perfect, so.
I'm not worried. Now, how many scoops did I put in the other round?
I'm sure you were counting, right?
I thought you were.
Yeah. So do you have a way to describe the consistency, or is it just kind of a you'll know it when you feel it?
You'll know it when you know it. Just don't go too runny. That's all.
Yeah.
The wetter it is, the weaker the concrete will be when it's hardened.
Okay.
So you don't want to go too much water. If you were concerned about strength.
Are you concerned about strength with these?
With our shed, yes.
With these.
No. I'm not concerned about anything.
Because if they don't work, we have our plan B, right?
Yeah, these go in the dumpster.
The upside down.
Oh yeah, the bucket.
Yeah. All right, so how long do these need to cure or set up for?
I'd say go like 425 for about 50 minutes. Oh, like a day, at least a day.
What's the temperature outside?
That doesn't matter.
That doesn't matter? Oh, nice. Okay.
I mean, it might matter, but not really
enough.
that much.
Okay. All right, 24 hours.
Don't touch them for a day. And if you see the boys walking around the yard with little sticks, go yell at them.
Yeah. All right, it's the next day. We're gonna see if these are
Voila.
voila. Yeah. So are you gonna hit it with a hammer, or what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I'm gonna break this concrete to pieces.
Do you have to? Okay. In all seriousness, though, do you have to worry about breaking the concrete?
Well, yeah, don't go and crack it with a sledgehammer. I'm just gonna start wrapping around it and loosen it up.
So how confident are you that this is gonna come out?
Oh, I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
I've known nothing. Oh yeah, there we go. Voila! Uh-oh.
Did it crack?
I don't think we're ready yet.
Is it not hardened yet?
There's a hairline crack here.
Oh. Oh, man.
And I can move this. It wiggles in here.
So do you think it's not totally set up yet? It was kind of cool overnight.
I don't know.
Should we let them sit till tomorrow?
Nah.
Do you think you can get it out?
I think I can get it out, but I may pull this leg out with it. But the leg would, in theory, go straight back in the hole. Uh-oh. No. All right, come see what I'm seeing. So, this one's junk.
Oh, I see the crack now.
It's cracked all the way across.
Ah.
So, maybe you shouldn't hit it with a hammer.
See, this is why we're... Oh, yeah, it's totally cracked in half.
In several pieces.
This is why we're figuring this out for you all.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep.
You're thinking, I don't feel like the hammer would have done that, really?
Well,
or do we think it's just not set up enough yet?
I don't know. I just know that this one is garbage. Ready, Dawn? Ready for it?
So we should have just left it as the bucket table.
Ready?
Yeah.
Voila!
Oh, Oh, man.
Hey, but the good news is we can reuse the legs.
Yeah, that is the good news.
This is only a third of a bucket of of a bag of concrete.
Yeah, the concrete was the cheap part.
So this is like nothing. Maybe it's not hard long enough. Let's let that go for another day. It was really cold last night. We left them outside.
All right, here we are on day 5 now of letting them cure. I'm not encouraged because you can see cracks in there.
And these just formed on their own. We didn't beat on these buckets or anything.
We haven't like touched them. So Tom's gonna try and pull it out and we'll just see. So he just like loosened the sides with his hands, tried to pull the bucket away from the cement on the top rim.
Then did he just flip it?
Then no, he pulled on the legs. He tried to like loosen it like carefully. Oh my. Yes. Hey.
So it's out. There's a crack. Look at this crack just formed naturally. You see the crack?
Yeah. Yeah, but don't you think if we put a pot on there, I feel like it's gonna just crack, do you think? That's a light one, so we'll start with that. Okay. All right, grab a heavy one, like a full-size pot. Oh.
It's just a pot. It's not that heavy. The concrete's heavier than anything.
Okay.
I do think, though, that's actually a little thick. Aesthetically, don't you agree that?
Yeah. It's cute, though. All right, so it seems like those last two did turn out, even though they have the cracks. They've been holding the pots for a few days now.
Yeah, I mean, they have some significant cracks, but I think they'll work.
Yeah.
I also maybe kind of think that you could just go out and buy something to put your plants on.
Well, it's kind of hard to find stuff that's cute and not too expensive, is what I've been finding. Like, all the cute stuff's really expensive.
I haven't given you your labor bill yet.
Okay, so now that they've dried for a few more days, they actually do seem pretty solid and stable. And I'm not actually too worried about the cracks going further, especially if we just kind of like put them in place and leave them there. But the fun part of these is actually supposed to be like painting the legs. So in the video, he like dip painted them. In some other videos or tutorials I've seen, they've just like masked them off and painted the legs. I did give them a coat of stain. I was hoping to get them a little bit more like cedar colored like our deck, but the poplar really doesn't want to soak in the stain. So I think I'm gonna tape them off and I'm gonna spray paint some black onto the bottoms. I thought about doing white, but I'm like, they're gonna get dirty. Like, they're gonna be sitting in front of the garage. So I'm gonna tape them off and I'm gonna spray some black on them. It might be a mistake. I maybe should just leave them how they are, but you know, I think it'll make it look kind of cool and a little more intentional. So I don't know, we'll give it a try. Oh, it's getting really hot out here today. I realize I don't love the black legs. So in hindsight, I would have done them in white, especially if it's going to be on the deck. I like the height difference, and otherwise I really like it. And I know Tom thinks it's a little too thick of cement, but I think it's okay. I just would have painted the legs white, and I set it over in front of the garage. I didn't really like it over there. So we might have to make some more keep these ones on the deck and then make some more to put in front of the garage. We'll see. All right, so here's what I think you should know if you did want to try these at home. One, they're very heavy. I was very surprised moving the bucket around.
It's concrete, though.
How heavy they were. And I tried to pull one of them out of the bucket on my own, and I couldn't get it out.
Is that the one that broke?
No. But, so know that it does require a fair amount of muscles, both to mix it in the bucket and to pull it out. So, just so you know. Also, I think to have a higher success rate so that they don't crack like the first one we did, I did go back and watch in the video of the original video of the gentleman that made these, and he used Sakrete 5000. We couldn't find that around us, but we did see that there were higher grades of Sakrete that we could have been using, so that might help. And then also let it set up in the bucket longer. So the ones that were successful, those had set for like 5 days when we went to pull them out. Okay, I still had this one masked off, so I'm gonna try painting over it with white. It may be a very bad idea, but I kind of feel like I don't have anything to lose right now.
I thought you said that one of them he like put some metal wire in. Yeah,
so then I did watch another one because I was trying to see like what did we do wrong. So I did find another video where he did it with a gal, and he took his 3 legs and put some wire between them so that when they were in the bucket, they weren't like all pointed in touching. They were spaced out a little bit more. And that would also, I imagine, add some strength having that little bit of wire in there.
It would.
So I think going that extra step would definitely help as well. Okay, I pulled off the tape. It's not perfect, but I definitely like the white legs better. So I don't know if I'll take the time to repaint the other one. We'll see. But I do think we might have to make a few more. And then we kind of went back and forth. Would you really want it 3 inches thick or maybe a little bit
I thought
thinner?
3 inches. In relation to the leg size, I think 3 inches is too thick.
Okay. And do you feel like if we would have done like 2 inches, do you think it would have been more likely to crack, or do you think it would have been fine?
No, I think it would have still cracked. I think that, like on the concrete bags, it'll say like minimum of this thickness or good for this thickness or thicker, or and so the concrete we used is good for 2 inches or thicker.
Oh, okay.
But I would have probably taken like thin rebar and turned it into a circle and embedded that down into it.
Yeah, so then we're getting complicated again, right? Then
Why
it's
is
not
that
just
complicated?
like a, well, for you it's not. For me, just wanting to do a quick DIY plant
You didn't
stand.
even do it.
I know.
Okay,
I'm saying, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, this required muscles, and like,
Okay.
I was glad to have a handyman by my side because I don't know that I would have been able to do it by myself. I probably could have. It just would have been very difficult.
It would have looked like a
and they probably
Menards
all
green bucket.
Yeah, we would have just stopped at the bucket table, and that would have been it. So, all right. So I would love to know if you have tried anything like this, or if you have any other cool like DIY plant stands that are fairly simple, fairly inexpensive. Or if you've just had like a mega DIY fail, that's always kind of fun to hear about too. So.
Actually, now that I think about it, I bet we used the wrong concrete, or there's a type of concrete that does really well. Because you remember when we got married, that friend of your mom?
Oh yeah, she made like a walking path stone.
Yeah, and that was concrete, and that was only like 2 inches thick max, maybe 1.5 inches thick. And that thing, like, I think
Rock
we may
solid.
have accidentally dropped it during one of our moves, and it's never broken.
Nope.
So I think that's...
So get a higher quality concrete and...
Spend more than $2 on your concrete bag.
Yeah. But get cheaper wood. Go with the pine. I didn't need to go with expensive poplar. Then it'll be like a $5 project.
Well,
So.
poplar will actually wick out water longer than pine.
Oh. Well, see
So,
there. I was getting something that would last longer. I
Poplar
didn't know
will
it.
last longer.
Okay. So you get whatever you want. Well, we hope you have a great weekend. We love you, and we'll see you again soon.
Bye-bye.